Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. Now this is an FV3805. This is the Tier 9 British SPG, and we're located on the north spawn of Erlenberg, and this is an assault battle, and the commander of this vehicle is PanzerLochung. Now the FV3805, what can I say about it? Well, it was built on the chassis of a Centurion, and two prototypes were built. The engine was up front rather than at the back in the standard Centurion, and the top gun is a 7.2 inch howitzer, the Mark 6. It's capable of quite a lot of damage for each shot, and it's one of those Artys that's actually got a sort of like swiveling turret, which makes it easier, or a swiveling gun mount, which makes it easier to align on a new target, which means it's got a wide field of fire. And there's the other Arty that's got a wide field of fire, the FV3805, and he got a hit, a splash nearby, because it stunned the M53, and he just took a hit afterwards, so he's picked up some stun assistance straight away. Now he's got a 29.3 second reload, so it's fairly long, but it's not quite as long as some of the American Arty. Almost loaded, ready to go. Normally carries 36 rounds of ammo. Type 4 heavy, round out. Oh, right on his rear, 338 hit points and a long stun. You can see it there. Unfortunately, I think that stun's going to wear off before the Type 4 receives any fire. But you can see he's turning the vehicle so you can have a go at this T44. And there's a T54 there as well. Now the other side of the battlefield, so it's quite a long flight time. You can see it's 2.6 seconds for the shell to arrive once fired. So he's going to have to anticipate where they're going to be. Okay, there, right out. Good strike! 432 hit points, 3 critical hits. That was an excellent estimation of where the tank was going to be. You can see he's practiced at this particular game. He knows where to actually lead the shot, where to put the shot so that the shell and the tank marry or meet at the same moment. Now, Type 4 Heavy is trying to use the castle for protection, or at least the walls of the castle. And he's going to pull back behind that wall. Oh no, he's actually coming forward for another shot, which is surprising because they've actually got quite a long reload, the Type 4. Now he's dialed in, round out, and he gets a hit. Shell disappeared without an explosion. Now, T54 over the other side of the battlefield. It's got 14 seconds now for the reload to complete. Again, as I said, it's 2.6 seconds to this side of the battlefield from his side. So he's got to estimate where it's going to be in order to get a hit. Now that T54E1 is coming up fairly slowly. Oh, wasn't quick enough. He did get a stun. And when that second Arty shell came in and splashed, he picked up stun assist. So it has been useful. Now I think he's going to go for the Type 4. Although, I think that Type 4 is using the castle walls for protection. Is he going to go for this Conqueror instead? Well, he can't hit it at the moment. He's having to adjust his position. The reticule disappeared because he couldn't actually see the Conqueror. Now he can, round out, and he gets a hit. But he also stunned the IS-3 at the same time, unfortunately, because he was so close. And so I think he is going to lose some credits for that. Pretty sure. Yeah, unfortunately we've lost the IS-3, and I think that he needs to consider relocating now because he's just too close to the battle. So he's going to have to move, and yeah, he's been spotted by the enemy. Okay, so he needs to use the terrain to mask his position and or get out of the way. I think it may be the Batchat 12 ton that saw him. Yeah, there's a Batchat 12 ton coming up behind. He needs to get out of there quick. He's still spotted. Yep. And the Batchat gets taken out. He's taken out by the Charioteer. who came back to take him out specifically because he was a threat to the GW Tiger P as well. And thankfully now he's on the other side of the battlefield. He's got an FV3805 and a Ravioli to protect him. But there are enemy nearby. There's a T-54, the same one he was firing at earlier. And he's up on that mountain near the farmhouse. Now he can't get a solution at the moment because the farmhouse is in the way. Yep, you've got a red line there, you see, so he can't fire. If he fired when he's got a red line, he just hit the building, that's all. You have to watch for things like that when you're arty, because if you don't, you won't hit the target. Right, he's going to have a go at the tanks which are on the western side, because they are starting to encroach now. They're coming up fairly close to the defenders. Right, good Conqueror. Fired a round clutch almost. And he still managed to get a splash hit for 194 hit points off that. Right, he's moving into the trees. This should give him a little more protection, so he's not likely to be spotted from here. Okay, once he's over this ridgeline here, he should be safe now. This is the most looked for place though by the enemy Arty, and there is an enemy Arty out there. It's an M40 M43 with an 8-inch howitzer, so he's probably going to be looking for him. But that T-54 has got virtually no hit points left. A splash would be enough to wipe him out. He could just get around in. Oh no, he pulled forward just the right moment to survive. If he'd stayed where he was, I think that shell might have been enough to splash him. But that T-54 there actually looks as if he may have been near where the explosion was at the time it happened. I'm wondering if he actually did get any damage on that T-54. Now, we've only got a Charioteer defending the cap at the moment. And the Scorpion G, of course. And that UDES has just taken out the Charioteer. We've lost one of the enemies has actually just drowned, which is very peculiar. But one of them has managed to get in between those buildings. And there's that Batchat 12 ton. He's intent on yellowing his way, and he's been taken out. He was taken out by the T-28 prototype right the way over from the hill. Very silly move, actually. Sometimes people just get carried away with themselves and they just yellow in without any consideration of the fact that they can be seen very easily. And that's a lovely strike there, right onto that WZ-120, the Wizzy 121 FT. He's using the riverbank correctly, but the trouble is that PanzerLochung can actually get a shot onto him. Right, at T-54, very low health. He can be splashed, killed. Lining up a shot. Almost ready to go. He's got a 1.9 second flight time, so it's 2-second lead basically. Round out. Oh, he got him! He got him! He correctly estimated where he was. And he took him out, even though he was unspotted at the time. That's very nice to see that. Okay, T-44. Oh, he's just been taken out by the T-28 prototype, so he gets a second kill. And he's lining up a shot on that Panther 2, but he's very close to his teammates. If he fires now, he will damage his own teammates. Now he can shoot because the Centurion went down. Oh, good shot on that Panther 2. That T-28 is going to take him out from behind, I think. Yes, he does. And there's only 2 left on his team now. The Conqueror's near the cap. So it's him and the T-28 prototype, and the T-28 prototype hasn't got much in the way of health. He's only got about 25% of his health left. Lining up a shot on the Conqueror. A couple of seconds still to go. Round out. Oh, it lands nearby, stuns him, but that's all it does. That's the 1 minute clock. It's 1 minute warning. The enemy is capping. The thing is, I don't think they can cap out in time. Unless they get another tank in the cap right now, they're going to lose. So all that PanzerLochung needs to do is get a reset. If he can get a reset right now, he fires a round in. And he does get a reset! And that means they can't win unless they kill both the T-28 prototype and PanzerLochung. He's done it. He's won it for the team if and only if he can stay alive. And the T-28 is fighting for all he's got. He's got virtually no health left, that T-28. 1% of his health left, 13 hit points. It's now PanzerLochung needs to take out that Conqueror. Oh, it's all down to him. He's on a Kolobanov now. If he can survive 8 seconds, and I think he's going to do it. Come on, PanzerLochung. 2 seconds, 1 second. He's done it. He's got a Kolobanov. He succeeded. The enemy were not able to cap out or kill him, and he's won the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Oh, beautiful. He got a third-class tanker, PanzerLochung, in the FV3805. He got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, incapacitations, or module damage. But best of all, he picked up a Kolobanov Medal. He survived alone against at least 5 opponents and won. And in this instance, he guaranteed that his team could win by getting that reset when that tank was right between those buildings. He put that shell in that splashed the target and reset the clock and won a Kolobanov. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he didn't get the highest amount of damage. He came second. The Centurion managed to get the highest amount, but he still got 2,686 hit points of damage. He didn't get the highest number of kills. He came third, actually, when it came to kills, joint third, with only 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, well, he did get the highest amount, 763 base XP. Let's have a look at the detailed report. Well, he fired 14 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 6 penetrations, and 11 splash. He did damage of 2,686 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy, but only killed 1. But oh, what a one to kill! He killed it with a blind shot, a totally unspotted target, but he estimated where it was going to be and fired and took it out. He did stun assistance damage of 1,372 hit points of 15 stuns, and he managed to reset the cap and get 55 defense points when the enemy was capping. On a premium account, he earned 47,817 credits, and he did get fined because he did do damage to that teammate. I think it was an IS-3 who was being assaulted near the castle. And he stunned him when he stunned or hit the opponent, and so he did have to pay a fine for that, 864 credits, which left him with 46,953 credits. And after ammunition resupply and consumables, he still walked away with 11,333 credits. And he also received 1,145 experience points, but he had a personal missions payout as well, so he got 1,461 experience points from that, bringing his total to 2,606 experience points altogether. But the thing that he did take away from this is a Kolobanov Medal, and it was a well-deserved Kolobanov Medal, because but for PanzerLochung's actions, I don't think they would have actually won that battle. He did actually get a decent reset. I'm not sure, actually. There was a few seconds in between. If the clock had actually run out and they hadn't completed the cap, then maybe, just maybe, he would have still won. But if the enemy had put somebody else in the cap when they'd already completed so much of the cap at that particular point, then I'm certain he wouldn't have won. And resetting the cap when he did absolutely made positive that there was no way that they could get it, even if they did stick another tank in there. So well done indeed to PanzerLochung. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.